Welcome to the class 11 students. This is the continuation part of the chapter cell structure and function. In my previous video, I have completed discussing the models of the cell membrane, the unit membrane model and the fluid mosaic model. So I hope you have understood those, and also the functions of the cell membrane. Everything about cell membrane is done. Next, the topic that we will talk about is cell wall. So before going into cell wall, I would like to talk about another very small topic, which is known as cell junction. Okay, so from the name only you can understand it is something, a substance that acts like a junction between two cells or two adjacent cells. Okay, so there are different type of cell junctions. The names are tight junction, gap junction, desmosome, hemidesmosome, lastly plasmodesmata. So I hope out of all these 5 types of cell junction, you are only familiar with plasmodesmata, because you have learned about plasmodesmata in class 9. But more or less their function is same. Okay, they act as junctional bridges between two adjacent cells, so that transfer of substances between two adjacent cells, that those substances may be secretory substances, other excretory substances, anything that needs to be transferred from one cell to the other cell, they could be done through these cell junctions. Okay, so basically what you know about plasmodesmata is that the cell membrane is not continuous, it is discontinuous. Where the plasmodesmata is present, it acts like a junctional bridge between two adjacent cells, through which different types of this transferring of materials, of substances, of excretory, secretory substances takes place. So basically it is same for all other types of cell junction. You don't have to learn in details about these cell junctions, just learn the names of these: tight junction, gap junction, desmosome, hemidesmosome and plasmodesmata. Okay, so now we can start with cell wall. So I hope you know that cell wall is present only in plant cells, and it again going through the definition, because you need to go through the definition to know about this particular part of the cell. So the semi-rigid means not fully rigid. Rigid is the opposite of flexible. Rigid means not at all flexible. Okay, so semi-rigid means little bit flexible. Permeable, unlike cell membrane, cell wall is permeable. That means anything can pass through cell wall. Laminated, non-living, remember this, that cell wall is non-living. Outermost coat or covering present on the cell membrane of the plant cell, and also in bacteria. Bacteria also have cell wall. Okay, now the structure of cell wall I will discuss with you by showing a picture, and there you will get to know what are the different components or parts of the cell wall. Okay, this is the structure of the cell wall, which is quite complex in nature, and there are 3 layers in cell wall. As you can see, the first layer is the middle lamella, next is the primary cell wall, and thirdly the secondary cell wall. Okay, so first we will discuss about middle lamella. It is a comparatively thin, viscous and jelly-like material which is present in between primary cell walls of two adjacent cells. So if this is one cell and this is another cell, the primary cell wall is this one, this layer. If you can see the point, if this one is the primary cell wall, and this is present on both the sides of the cells, and the middle one, this middle layer, is the middle lamella. So it is common to both the cells. Okay, and it is mainly made up of pectin, cellulose, calcium. Pectin is a protein and cellulose is a complex carbohydrate. Next one, we come to second primary cell wall. Okay, so we come to the primary cell wall. As you can see, it is the outermost thin elastic permeable membrane, which is the outermost layer of each cell. Of this cell, this is the outermost layer, and of this cell, this is the outermost layer. Okay, and in between which the middle lamella lies. And again, it is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin, lignin, etc. And the third one is the secondary cell wall. It is thick, permeable, and is present inner to the primary cell wall. So if this is the primary cell wall, this is the secondary cell wall. Okay, and it is again made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin, suberin, cutin, wax, etc. So you have to practice this diagram from your book for questions like where you have to describe the ultrastructure of the cell wall along with the diagram. So this question and this topic is quite important. So I hope you have understood the structure of the cell wall. Now let's move on to the functions of the cell wall. Okay, so the most important function I hope you already know, is protection of the cell. Okay, just like cell membrane, cell wall, which is only present in plant cells, it is the outermost layer of the cell, outermost covering of the cell, which is situated outside to the cell membrane, and its main function is to protect the cell. Okay, so the first function will obviously be protection. I want you to note down these points that I am writing here on the board, and the answer, the detailed answer, you will get in page number 6.22. Okay, there you will get the functions of cell wall, where the first point is protection. The cell wall constitutes a kind of semi-rigid. Semi-rigid means not completely rigid, not completely tight. It is semi-tight or semi-rigid. Okay, and provides protection and mechanical support to the plant cell. Clear? Next, maintains cell shape. The shape of the cell, whatever it is maintained by the cell wall, and it is maintained by the cell wall only because the cell wall is rigid in nature. If it was flexible, if it could be bent in any way, it could not have maintain the shape of the cell. So since the cell wall is quite rigid, quite tough in nature, that is why it can maintain the cell shape. Okay, next point is maintains continuity between adjacent cells, like plasmodesmata, cell junctions, continuity between adjacent. So this continuity between adjacent cells is maintained by the cell wall. See, the plasmodesmata, as I told you, that plasmodesmata is like a bridge or a connection between two adjacent cells, and it establishes continuity between adjacent cells, thus permit the circulation of fluid and probably also allow the exchange of solutes in certain molecules. So previously I have talked about plasmodesmata while I was talking about cell junctions, right? So plasmodesmata are basically the bridges or connections between two adjacent cells through which they allow the circulation of fluid and also the exchange of solutes and certain molecules. Okay, and finally helps in interchange of substances. This point is also comes under the third point because continuity is present between two adjacent cells due to such junctions or gaps that are present in the cell wall, which helps to maintain the continuity between adjacent cells. This interchange of substances can be done between two adjacent cells. Okay, so if you write these 3 points, that is enough. So you can read the difference, the function of cell wall from page number 6.22, and for the structure you will find the diagram in page number 6.20, and the answer, means the detailed structural answer, I will give in the notes. Okay, so I will continue with the cellular organelles one by one. in the next video. Thank you.